Hi classmates, my name is Caitlin Castillo and I will be discussing how I would conduct a parent-teacher conference with two of my imaginary families from different descent. My first student, her name is Manuela, and her family came from Puerto Rico 3 years ago and only know how to speak Spanish. Manuela comes from divorced parents. Both parents are currently not in contact with one another, so I would have to hold two separate conferences. I would need to be mindful of this and sensitive of this situation, as it is not easy for the child or parents. Knowing they speak Spanish makes it easy for me to communicate with the family, as I can speak Spanish as a second language. My background includes being part Puerto Rican, so I would be able to relate to the Hispanic culture. Before beginning each of my conferences separately with both parents, I would make sure to send out an invitation to discuss the progress of their child's work and ensure that it is a time they can come to me with any questions or concerns that they might have about their child's learning. One side of the letter will be printed in their native language and the other side would be printed in the standard English. When I first welcome each of her parents, I will be sure to welcome them with a warm and friendly smile. Make sure the environment is comfortable as possible where they are free from any disruptions, as well as direct them to their child's hung projects or artwork that are displayed in the classroom. I would supply them with an agenda of certain things that will be discussed throughout the conference so they know what to expect. One side of the agenda will be printed in their native language, while the other side would be printed in standard English. I would be sure to have their child's folder of work ready for them to look through. I would open with positives about the growth and progress of their child and then discuss any challenges they may have. I would then discuss with the parents different ways in which they can also help improve their child's learning at home. Before ending my conversation, I would end the conversation about their child on a positive note and bring out the positives and ask if they have any questions or concerns before ending. I would also stress to the parents that the child's learning does not end in school and continues at home as well. They should always trust their children to read books and never stop wanting to learn. I would politely say goodbye and let them know my door is always open, and I will continue to follow up with them regularly at their convenience, either by phone, email, or in person. After getting to know more about my student, I would make any necessary modifications regarding instruction for the child. My second student, his name is Shafan, and him and his family came from China from 5 years ago, only knowing how to speak Chinese. The situation comes across as difficult for me as there is a language barrier, and also because I do not know much about their culture. Before I enter the conference with Shafan's parents, I would first be sure to inform myself of their culture and background so I know what is socially acceptable and what I could do in order to make them feel at home. Before beginning my conference with Shafan's parents, I would make sure to send out an invitation to discuss the progress of their child's work and ensure that it is a time they can come to me with any questions or concerns that they might have about their child's learning. One side of the letter will be printed in their native language and the other side will be printed with standard English. To do this, with all the applications available, I would use Google Translator to make the invitation available in their language. Before beginning my conference, I would welcome his parents with a warm and friendly smile, make sure the environment is comfortable as possible while they are free from any disruptions, as well as direct them to their child's hung projects or artwork that are displayed in the classroom. I would be sure to have an interpreter with me at all times throughout the conference to relay my information I will be giving that they would like to know or ask me. I would supply them with an agenda of certain things that will be discussed throughout the conference so they know what to expect. One side of the agenda will be printed in their native language and the other side would be printed in standard English. I would be sure to have their child's folder of work ready for them to look through. I would open with positives about the growth and progress of their child and then discuss any challenges they may have. I would then discuss with the parents different ways in which they can help improve their child's learning at home. Before ending my conversation, I would end the conversation about their child on a positive note and bring out the positives and ask if they have any questions or concerns before ending. I would politely say goodbye and let them know my door is always open and I will continue to follow up with them regularly at their convenience, either by phone, email, or in person. After getting to know more about my student, I would make any necessary modifications regarding instruction for the child. Thank you so much for watching.